Hey, what's going on? Pull up a seat. We got a couple of things we got to go over today. We got a little bit of news. Let's see how much time you actually have. NXT is WWE's developmental system. Historically, NXT has always piggybacked and been around during major WWE events, i.e., the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. But this year, NXT is doing something a little different. They're going to have their own weekend. NXT Stand and Deliver has always been their greatest stage of all, or the way that superstars kind of transition before moving up to the main roster. This year is going to be a little bit different. The week before WrestleMania, we are going to have NXT Stand and Deliver. A shock to the wrestling universe, because normally Stand and Deliver is the afternoon show before we get ready for WrestleMania Night 1. It gives everybody that opportunity to watch wrestling, chill out for a few hours, walk to the next venue, and head over and watch some more wrestling. Essentially, just packing it all in to Mania week, which has always happened. Stand and Deliver will stand on its own, and I don't know how I feel about it. I know that you guys will definitely see me, Bacon, and Erebus talk about this on Crashpad and try to give a little bit of our own idea on how this is going to work out. I am super excited. I think it's time for Shawn Michaels and the NXT crew to prove that they are not just developmental, but they're their own separate brand. So, we'll see what happens at Stand and Deliver. Hey, did you guys see this on the Pat McAfee show?
Seattle Seahawks have begun the sale process, $10 billion.
That's right. The Seattle Seahawks are up for sale. The Super Bowl champions, who not that long ago just got their second Super Bowl win, have now been sold. Or at least they're waiting to be sold. And traditionally with NFL teams, it could take anywhere from 1 year to maybe even 5 to get a solid deal done. This deal is going to be huge, and it definitely puts a little bit of disaster in for this ownership group and for the city of Seattle. Now, what I'm trying to say is the Chicago Bears are moving out of Illinois with their ownership group and moving to Indiana. Now, that normally doesn't scare people, but with the Kansas City Chiefs moving from Missouri to Kansas, a lot of bad things can happen now. And in the world of sports and how much history is in American sports, this is really going to be a tough time for a lot of fans. And if you had just won the Super Bowl, you have the opportunity to win a second Super Bowl next year in your rival stadium. You don't want to see an ownership group come in and uproot everything that you have built with the rest of the fan base in Seattle. That's something I definitely will keep an eye on, and I will keep you guys updated throughout the buying process. Like I said, it takes a while. For most people, they don't even know any buying group that comes in. They have to be approved by the NFL and the ownership committee. And let's face it, with these NFL owners, that's not an easy room to walk into. It's probably not the warmest one either. Respectfully, these guys have been running the NFL for a very long time. Some more than others. They know what they need and they know what they want. And let's face it, when somebody else is going to walk in, it might move them a little bit of the wrong way. But like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. Don't worry about it. If Seattle moves, Seattle moves. But as of right now, the Seattle Seahawks, the now defending Super Bowl champions, are going to stay in Seattle for the foreseeable future. Mortal Kombat 2! The trailer has finally come out. The long-awaited sequel to the highly successful Mortal Kombat movie has come out, and I'm super excited to see this trailer. This trailer has kind of spoiled us already by seeing Shao Kahn, by seeing Baraka. We have gotten to see a lot of characters that we've been wanting to see in the Mortal Kombat universe come to the big stage. Also, Carl Urban being Johnny Cage is still weird. Let's not act like it's not. Carl Urban will now be the protagonist, and it seems like the main star of this film going by Johnny Cage. Now, a lot of you guys know Carl Urban for his time as Butcher in The Boys, which we are still waiting for the final season of that to come out. And of course, a lot of people have put in the fact that, you know, with his accent, it may come off weird, and it's still something that we're trying to get used to. The pro wrestling community, we wanted Mike the Miz Mizarian to actually be Johnny Cage, but it didn't work out that way, and that was a role that he desperately wanted. That was something that I feel like he was born to have. So we're going to give Carl Urban the benefit of the doubt because he is such a great actor, and we're actually going to try and hype up this movie as much as we can, because if this happens, we will get a really good trilogy of Mortal Kombat. What that means is with HBO Max potentially getting the funding from Netflix, we could have an extended universe of Mortal Kombat coming to our TV screen. And I don't know about you, but I think that's one of the coolest things that we could have in the coming years. So, why don't you guys pay up your tab? I'm bothering you for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Give your buddy a little pat on the back. Tell them you're proud of them. And I'll see each and every one of you wherever we go in the city. Bye, guys.